Hey there, Saberverse. SpaceWIndu here. XRCoon on the FX-Saber Forums. I've got a very, very special lightsaber here for you today. This one is the Ultimate Works Count Dooku. It's chromed, it's got real rubber inserts, and it's just really the nicest Count Dooku that you can get. This one is for my friend Rich. He's Darth Brooks on the FX-Saber Forums and the Rebel Armory. So what I did here was I used Bombarda's chassis that was sent in to me by Rich, and it worked out great with the 3.7 lithium-ion battery that is inside here, kind of at the top section. And then the chassis holds the Prism 5.5 in the center here, where the saber kind of disconnects in the center. The gold buttons on both sides are working as the auxiliary buttons, so either one on either side will operate your auxiliary effects. I have a gold kill key here from KR Sabers.
As you see, my Jedi powers are far beyond yours.
Just got a bunch of Count Dooku quotes inside here.
I've become more powerful than any Jedi. Your swords, please. We don't want to make a mess of things in front of the Chancellor. Brave of you, boy. I would have thought you had learned your lesson.
Some of these actually have multiple boot sounds, so when you're booting it up, you'll get a different quote.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
Good. Twice the pride, double the fall. It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with a lightsaber. As you see, my Jedi powers are far beyond yours.
And then back to where we started. What I did here for Rich, he really wanted the gold button at the top to actually work, so made sure that we got that done, and gave him the blade plug with the SpaceWIndu insert, so it lights up with the Neopixel system that I set up for him inside here, like I said before, utilizing the Plector Labs 5.5, so he does have some of the fire effects and some of those special blade effects that are out, which include the rain blade. You can read about that in the manual for the Plector Labs Prism 5.5. What you're going to do here is, if you want to change anything, you can go into the saber through the center. By undoing this screw here. And just pull straight out. And what you'll see here is I used a HDMI plug so that you will be able to just split apart the saber into two complete parts without actually having it hang there by wires. This is a very heavy hilt. It's a delicate hilt. I don't want you to have to deal with the wires in the center there. Okay, the Force works in mysterious ways. How I got this idea for the HDMI port that will work was from watching Ethan Zimmer's video on his Ultimate Works Count Dooku and what he did with it. And it was kind of funny how I decided at that point, after watching a lot of different videos on the Ultimate Works Count Dooku, that that was actually what I wanted to do for Darth Brooks, because this is a very special lightsaber for Darth Brooks. His favorite character is Count Dooku, or at least his favorite lightsaber is Count Dooku's lightsaber. So he's been waiting a long time to get the perfect Count Dooku. When I saw Ethan's solution for this, I thought that that was the greatest thing. Thanks to Zimmer Labs, Ethan Zimmer. The reason why I say the Force works in mysterious ways is because as soon as I decided to steal Ethan's idea for this HDMI, I got a message from Ethan. He had seen one of my sabers online, and he was just sending me a nice message just to compliment something that he saw that I did, one of my sabers. And I immediately wrote him back and said, this is so ironic that you messaged me today, because I just decided to utilize one of your ideas in one of the builds that I was doing, and I kind of asked him if that was okay, and he was so nice that he even said, you know what, if you need any help with it, you can give me a call. So that was just really nice, and thanks again. I think this is a great solution for Darth Brooks. When you're ready to put the lightsaber back together, you make your changes through the SD card, which you have access to right here. Now there's no rice port, because as you can see the way I did it, where we pull it apart, you can only operate the saber when it's completely together. There really wasn't a way that I could do the rice port unless I took over one of these side buttons and kind of altered the hilt, and I knew that Rich wouldn't want to do that. What you do here to put it back together, just, there's a little nub there where you line up the hilt, push it back together.
My Jedi powers are far beyond yours.
Saber will receive power. You'll hear a boot, and just tighten that screw that holds everything together. Like I said before, this is more of a shelf hilt, I would say. This isn't for dueling of any kind. I think it's chromed. It's very, very nice. It's one of the nicest sabers, really. The gold activation button is delicate. The way I have it is mechanically adhered, but it's adhered with a screw into the gold button and into a plastic board, and that is not the strongest button in the world, but it is cool that the gold button works as the activation button. So just be aware that the hilt is held together by one screw. I don't think Rich has plans to really duel with this saber. I just wanted to mention that for people considering Ultimate Works Count Dooku. Very, very nice. I just don't think this is the type of thing for you're going to want to duel with this. I'll show you the blade I made for this. This is a 7/8 inch blade. This has the parabolic blade tip from the Custom Saber Shop. This has the trans white blade all the way down to about a 32 inch. We have a little bit of a sanded portion at the bottom, which helps fit into the emitter of this Count Dooku, and the Custom Saber Shop Plector Pixel connector for the Neopixel. This being the 7/8 inch blade, I have the skinny strips throughout this from Adafruit, 144 per meter. Several layers of heat shrink diffusion, and a 7/8 inch foam.
Your swords, please. We don't want to make a mess of things under the tusk.
This blade looks really good with that parabolic tip. Such a nice thin 7/8 like Count Dooku.
Brave of you, boy.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met count.
Good. Twice the pride, double the fall.
We've got some special blade effects. It's hard to tell on camera. I think this is like a fire effect or one of the effects. It's like an original Count Dooku blue.
This is just the beginning.
Hey, well, thanks for taking a look at this Count Dooku by Ultimate Works. Special thanks to Ethan Zimmer for the removable hilt solution with the HDMI. That worked out great. And Darth Brooks, I hope you love it when you get it. I know you got a special place on it on your special Star Wars wall. And I hope it looks great up there, and you could do a video showing everybody the plaque that you got for this and stuff like that. Everything's like really cool. The setup you made just looks great in your house. So I hope that this fits in perfectly. It's really beautiful, and I hope you enjoy it.